Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Just like wanted to echo what has been said so far about this being an excellent forum for us to have within our region to discuss current issues, to make new relationships so that we can collaborate much better across the whole region. As Bevel said in the last set of presentations, the agenda and the topics to be covered this week are largely pulled from the current emphases and things that we have seen of interest and developments across the whole region. The CTU has been doing a series of roadshow meetings across the whole region since last year, and in all those meetings, which I think we have gone to 10 countries so far, and have touched base, spoken to persons involved in the ICT industry, have basically pulled a sense of what are the important thrusts and emphases across the whole region. So this first NANOC meeting coming halfway through the roadshow series basically represents the content here, basically represents what the region is focused on. And you would have seen in the, I think in the welcome packet, 4 specific areas which are being discussed in CaribNog, VoIP, Linux, routing, and CSRs. I think we could also add to that, even though the specific presentations in the CaribNog agenda would not speak to those things, but the development of IXPs and internet infrastructure in the Caribbean is another important one. So this is what we just covered today in our orientation session. Tomorrow we start at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and tomorrow we'll focus completely on CSRs, which I'll be giving an introduction to CSRs at 1, and then we'll have a case study workshop session with Christian, who I think we still need to work that out, but we will have a workshop session in the afternoon, and then a panel discussion on the establishment of a Caribbean CSR. Just to give you some background into that, the development of this computer security incident response teams has been discussed, is gathering momentum across the region, and a number of countries have gone ahead and started their various initiatives. There was a meeting of OS countries in Brazil last year in November, and we had pretty good representation of the CARICOM community, and everyone was at varying stages of development with their CSR plans and programs, but almost everyone was at the starting point. I think Trinidad was the only one who had some definite government initiatives to establish it through the Vision 2020 program, but everyone else, it was just at the level of discussion. And one of the ideas that was floated at the meeting was that instead of each country spending money in parallel on having its own CSR, which is going to be limited in its scope for that country, especially since the Caribbean individual nations themselves, is unlikely that any activity affecting that nation would be limited to that country only. There was a talk of establishing regional CSR, and this is something that we want to put on the agenda for this meeting. There will be a panel discussion just to hear from our community what are some of the thoughts and ideas, what we can do where that's concerned, feasibility, once we get an idea of what's involved in setting it up. So that will round off our Monday. On Tuesday, we'll have a full program starting in the morning with an IPv6 workshop, which will be run by Christian. And that will basically give everyone a good foundation, good grounding in IPv6